All right, welcome to U.S. Bullhead Park here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Aaron Rivera joined by John Veely and Delbert Arnold, and we're getting set to watch Texas Tech take on OU in this Red River Conference matchup. Welcome, folks. It's a nice warm day, about 70 degrees or so, and that's at least how it feels.
Yeah, for sure.
And the players are getting on
Beautiful.
the match. OU's going to be on the far side in those striped jerseys, with Texas Tech wearing their white and red trim jerseys. So, John, Delbert, what are we going to be looking for in today's game?
Delbert, why don't you start?
Well, I think today is the highlight should be the old Texas OU type of deal, even though it's not the University of Texas. These guys take their rugby very, very seriously. I've had experience in watching OU, coaching against them, and playing against them many years ago, and they have a fine tradition. Texas Tech is an up-and-coming club, for what I understand. John, what do you think?
Don't know what to much know out of Texas Tech. We've played them, every year and had a good run against them last year. But they're always athletic. They're always physical. A lot of our guys come out of Texas, so a lot of them have played with them. There's such great growth in Texas high school rugby that anymore most teams are experienced. So you never know who's going to show up and what it's going to be like. Oklahoma's playing pretty well. They're 6-0 right now on the season. Having beaten a couple club sides in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, as well as a number of the collegiate programs.
And their last win was to TCU.
TCU
Conference win?
Yeah, conference win, a good one. But we still have a lot to work on, a lot of younger guys. We graduated one senior last year, only one senior on the team this year. So it's mostly a sophomore and freshman-based team.
Well, that's good for the future.
It is.
Absolutely. You're
Ready to go. Thanks, Pablo.
You're going to be seeing probably a really strong club in the next couple of years then, especially if you've got all sophomores and freshmen.
Right, and our expectations are to be as strong right now. It's well coached. Doug Neubauer and John Lynn and Kyle Lubers are here today. Some other coaches are back home. Andy McMinn and should be organized and a good run.
Well, right now, Texas Tech is 0-2 in their Red River play. They're 1-5 on the season, but they lost to Arkansas, who's been a tough team for years, as well as Baylor. They lost a close one.
We had Arkansas in a kind of a pregame scrimmage and beat them by 2 points, and we were up by them for 3 tries. But they came back. They've got really good backs, and so no shame losing to those guys. They're a good squad.
So the the Red River Conference, that's a tough rugby conference, isn't it, Big John?
It is. Arkansas is new. LSU won it last year and is very strong. Texas A&M is always really strong. So we're looking to see how we pair going forward.
OU's tied with LSU right now, both teams at 6-0, but we hear that opening whistle, and we see Ismighty kick that ball off. And
they
it
take
ends
the ball
up in Channy's hands.
Right.
He hands it off to Condra, and they head down to the line. And
penalty to Texas Tech.
They didn't clear out.
Nope.
So
Going
now
for
Looks like he's going for post. You got that.
That's Ismighty.
Well, Texas came out a little harder in that kickoff clash. The Texas Tech guy went up and got it. Our Oklahoma guy laid back a little bit and wasn't lifted, and looks like they have an opportunity to convert that into points.
We'll see if his boot is strong enough. Hopefully it's not too strong. Send it off to the Air Force Base.
Yep, you'll never get it past that
tree line.
Right.
Well, maybe if we call Johnny Wilkinson or something.
Right.
I think they have a special security force over there. They have retrieved the balls for us before.
And the kick is up,
and
as are the flags. So
nice.
that's the first points of the game. Texas Tech is going to start out with the lead, 3-0.
Well, we'll see how Oklahoma responds to this. Very opportunistic and well done by the Red Raiders. Both these teams are playing in football today in Lubbock.
That's right. That's a good point.
Interesting point. Baker Mayfield, the Oklahoma quarterback, left Texas Tech under some controversial issues, and should be interesting for him to return home.
Be taking snaps against those boys.
Yeah. As we see Texas Tech take the ball now, they're going to send it out to the back line. That's McCabe.
And Oklahoma finally wins some ball there.
And now they're going to set up
slow to get it out, but there it is. That's Logan Baker taking it up. He makes the gain line.
And
nice spot work by Oklahoma. They really work.
That's
those
Brighton
spots.
Bartley, the hooker. That's Blanchette. The scrum half gets it out to the fly half. That's Zach Raines. That's a center. Sean Chrisman from St. Louis, a freshman, that takes it up.
And that was a little reverse.
Baptiste
to get them back
Blanchette
to the
comes
line.
there.
Yeah.
Back inside to Logan Baker from the fly half, Zach Raines. Blanchette again. Dummies.
And you see
but
them
he gets it out.
So they're setting up for the big boys, and then they're faking it out to the back line. Is that how they usually
Blanchette
set
again.
up
Oh,
for
and he
this?
takes a dummy
Nice
and he
style.
dishes. Oh, but no support there. Not a bad thought, but they win the ball.
That was a nice dummy. Good thought. Good thought. Good thinking.
The half break was there. It just shouldn't have given it up in the dicey area. But scrum down now. We'll go to Tech.
This is our first scrum of this match, correct?
Yes, sir.
Let's see who
We'll see
this
how
is
the
usually-
two sides stack up. They look about evenly sized in weight, that is.
I always like that front row play, as you know, Aaron. I call it the dark side.
And the lines are set. Didn't like that one.
Pablo is our referee, Pablo Garibay
Yeah.
from the Albuquerque area.
And Gearby doesn't like that one.
No, he's talking to both of those guys in the front row.
Trying to
They did
shed some light
something.
on the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of evil going on in there right now.
Interesting stuff happens up there.
Yep.
Well, they get down in the crouch once again.
Looks like
And they're a little bit high on the scrum, but we'll see that ball come in. Texas Tech feeds it in perfectly.
Gets the ball out.
Yep.
Nice pass by the scrum half.
And
nice.
that was a long kick by Maccabi.
Ball just kicked down to space. Looks like it's going to run through to the try zone.
And
Let's see what OU. He's going to touch it down for a
22 meter.
22 meter. 22 meter dropout is a restart. And the advantage here is for Oklahoma. They were
Yeah, I don't
under-
think he would really have meant that. Not the greatest play just to give ball back to the other team
Yeah.
when you've won it. But they did get some field position.
Yep.
That's Luke Prosense from Aspen. Puts it up for the 22. Oh,
And
Nunez
OU
gets
did
it, and that's
knock
Ethan
forward
Huge.
there, but
Big Ethan Huge from California takes it up. Baptiste to Baker. Baker
Oh,
back
nice,
inside
nice.
to that's John Lucas on the wing. Blanchette.
and the ball lost, but still saved there.
Yeah, goes to the hands of Bam Bam Brumley. Baptiste Blanchette puts the ball out behind the fly half, but he's still got some room,
Ooh,
and he's
they had some-
tackled.
They had a little space there.
Penalty, offside's
yeah.
called, and looks like a opportunity for the Sooners with the penalty offsides to Texas Tech. Luke Prosense, the center, with the ball in hand, appears to be looking at touch.
Hopefully he doesn't kick us. Nope,
I
that
think
one's
he's
a
risky.
fine touch, though.
Nice
So
nudge.
far- Yep. So
Sooners with the ball on about the 22. Is that right?
Yep.
22-meter line out to
they're
Oklahoma.
actually inside.
Yeah.
Inside the
See what they
22,
do.
and that's a strategic kick for OU. In an infraction of that nature, they have an opportunity to kick the ball into touch, and they still regain possession. And it's the OU line out.
Brighton Bartley with the ball. See where he goes. Looks like they're going to the four
And
jumper.
this one's
Stolen by
the
two.
Tech.
Nicely done
Scrub
by
half.
Tech, but that was not probably a good idea. But it looks like the Sooners with the ball. Oh, offside's called against Oklahoma.
Well, and that was a tough one for them, too, because they were about to get the ball back.
Yeah.
But instead,
Sooners going
Texas
for the four ball, but they tried a rifle pass instead of a lob, and Texas Tech just jumped up and took it, didn't they?
It was very well taken.
and that's a big man, that lock that jumped up there. We can see him
Cheers.
here. He's a tall man.
Texas Tech finds touch.
They got some big fellows in Texas, don't they?
Oh, yeah, that's where all the athletes come from, like you were mentioning before. You know, OU's getting their players out of Texas. That's where you want to find athletes.
Let's see,
And
looks
so
like
last time it was Alec Brown. That's the guy who stole it. See if they go back to him this time. Only a five-man lineout,
Yep.
looks like.
five-man lineout. You're right.
I would like that because
Yeah.
Nice
hits
take
Good
it
by
take.
when
Texas
it's
Tech.
smaller.
Off the top.
Nice delivery by number 9. He breaks
And
in,
just
breaks through.
Driving through, that's the center, Robert Flynn. And
Nice
Flynn.
spin by Flynn.
Yeah, spin by Flynn. Nice.
Flynn's probably gone
Flynn,
40 meters.
the spinner,
on that
yeah.
run.
Oklahoma needs to tighten up some defense. Back
They'll
to the
send
inside
off.
center. Well, that could be a
That's the
obstruction,
prop,
but-
Jonathan Cheney, but they're just trying to hold on to the ball in these scrums. Sends it back out to the line.
Uh-oh, we have
And
a break.
Sully.
Nope.
Now to the 8, Nathan Hatton. And they're on the far side. They're not really that deep, this back line, but there's Flynn again.
1-2 crash. They like him.
Yep.
But
Looks
they
like
didn't
that's
get
part of
there
their
quick
strategy.
enough. So
Oh,
that's
that's
gonna
Kevin Lepissier takes the ball and
Yep.
gets the penalty.
Right.
Well, he wasn't releasing the ball down there.
Right.
They were pretty much picking him up.
Blanchett
just
goes
to
to
get the
toe and
ball.
go. Finds Lepissier. The French connection there. Lepissier is a French citizen from Swaziland. Baptiste Blanchett takes the up and under.
And they
I've
blow
noticed
it
that-
dead.
I've noticed that
For
you guys have
offsides.
a French connection at OU.
We do have a French connection.
We played the French national anthem when
We
you
did
came up
after
there to
the
play.
bombing, didn't we?
Yes, that was a very beautiful gesture, and it was really well received. Kind of a goosebump moment.
Yeah, it sure was. Luke Prosence, Glenwood Springs, Colorado, played for the Gentlemen of Aspen in high school. Puts the ball.
And
to
just
touch.
finds touch right at the 22.
Luke has a big boot, partly because he's got very strong legs. He's a world-class skier and decided to give up a professional skiing career to play college rugby for us. Very happy with that.
Well,
Great recruiting moment with Luke. We got to watch Samaje Pirine set the all-time record against Kansas for rushing, and I think he was sold as a running back in Glenwood. Lepissier takes the line
got a
out.
nice
That was
ball.
a good take.
OU's got a nice small here. Can they move it?
Moving
They have
sideways.
the-
driving.
And we do see
Feel
the
out there.
advantage being played there.
Come on,
They
feel that out.
brings it back down. And OU still driving forward.
Baker
Taking forward.
on his own, but takes it, wins ball.
They've got a nice set to Ruck. He wants another one.
Pick and go.
Yep.
And driven down, that was Logan Ronan. And taken out.
Out.
So Texas
Penalty to
Tech-
Oklahoma, though. Penalty for Oklahoma. It's offsides.
Yep.
Looks
Now-
like Blanchett's looking to get some quick ball.
Well, Texas Tech needs to reset quickly because OU is doing so.
Right.
And you see how deep that line is set up. We're not seeing
It's
that
a
from Texas
penalty
Tech.
play taken by Logan Baker. Quickly won Blanchett at the base. Takes the ball, goes out strong. Zach Raines.
Nice. Missed
That's
one.
Luke Prosence at the inside center. Takes it up. Blanchett.
Another.
And he gets knocked down by the feet.
Sooners are pounding away.
OU looks like they're trying
And
to
that's
pick up
going
the
to be
pace
a
a little
knock
bit.
forward.
Scrum down to Tech. And as of right now, when you guys say that both of these teams look fairly matched.
Well, OU's just having issues right there at the end. They've gotten really close, but
Couple of
Texas Tech's
handling
defense has come in clutch right here against their own goal line. We'll see how it works out.
Well,
though,
we'll
with
see.
the
They're still in
scrum.
the goalposts. The shadows are goalposts right now. So I think, that was some dirty ball in the ruck. That happens. But the Sooners are down here. See what kind of pressure they can put on the Raiders here.
Well, the scrum is getting set. A
Nice.
little bit high on these scrums,
Agreed.
but Texas Tech has the ball underneath them for now, but couldn't quite see what he signaled out there.
Looks like he wants to see it again.
Yep.
I think the ball came back out the front of the scrum. And so they'll try this once again.
I'd say OU looks like they're digging in.
Well, the toe and go.
He's coming in, so it was
Wow.
on
You guys
the,
see what it was? Was it a foot up or?
It was, no, it was the
Something to do with the.
But they gave it away. That's Will Neff at fullback.
the prop was coming
Not-
in illegally.
Oklahoma with the
I
ball
think he
again.
wasn't throwing his arm over, John.
Now he's
got-
giving the penalty to Texas Tech.
Really, it's gotten sophisticated in that front row. They're trying to put more light on the dark side.
And Eyes Mighty now going to kick this one out. Not a big boot, but at least he finds touch.
Takes a little heat off of him.
He does.
Yeah, OU was really starting to take control of the match there, and just a few mistakes, and look where they're at now.
This is, I mean, that's the second time in a row But one of these times, when you keep driving deep into enemy territory like OU does, eventually it's going to work.
It'll open up.
The coaches from OU are very smart. They probe, and they'll figure out exactly where they're going to
And Brown
make
doesn't
Sooners
get the
gonna have the
take,
line
so
out.
the Sooners take it this time.
Blanchett uses his boot, finds some dirt deep in Texas Tech territory.
Hunter finally gets the ball, though,
he's
and
got
just crashing forward.
Yeah, not
Where
a bad call.
Doesn't have a lot of support, though.
looks like he's still going to retain possession on the Tech side. They got a little banger.
Not releasing.
Oh,
Sooners at the ball, toe and go.
Okay,
That's
let's go.
Logan
Here we go.
Ronan. Ronan breaks through. Ronan deep in Texas. Oh, nice giveaway. That's
Nice.
Luis Nunez at the 8. Sooners are getting counter-rucked right now,
yep.
but we still got it. That's maybe Lepissier taking it up at the second row position.
It's my experience. It's very difficult to counter-ruck the OU forwards.
And a big pile of bodies down there, but he's going to bring.
Why
them
do you
all the
bring
way
that back with the?
I
Why did he bring that back?
I don't know.
That was the advantage was
Clearly,
there with
yes.
OU at the 2 meter. He brings it
Yes.
back 20 meters,
And now I think they're going to go for
and
post.
now they're going for post. So it's 3 instead of 5 if they convert
You're
it.
absolutely right on that.
But
I wonder.
It would tie the game if he puts this one in.
Yeah, well, I think the Sooners were at within 2 meters of the try zone. The ball won, and he called the penalty back. That might have the coaches on the Sooner sidelines a little bit
Miffed.
yes, or questioned. Anyway, it happens. It's a tough match. Refs keep it underhand. I think that Mr. Garabay's been calling a good match, and advantage is a tricky wicket.
So who are we going to see kicking this
This
ball?
is
right now,
we
Joe?
call him Zatara. His name is Vincent Fairbairn. He's a sophomore, but he's back from a stint overseas fighting for our military.
Wow.
Yeah, good man.
Thank you, young man.
Well, his kick is up, and so
It's
are the
good.
flags.
Yes.
So
that's
it's tied
gonna
at 3.
tie this game.
Yep.
So, John, tell us a little bit about your experience playing rugby. I know you were in Oklahoma and playing out there for a little while.
Well, my
All-American.
dad founded the team in 1974 when I was 8, and so I started playing for OU as a club sider as the only high school player in the state of Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
When I was a junior, and so I played a couple of years at OU and then transferred to Cal Berkeley, where I was lucky to play on a Jack Clark-led squad and won the national championship in '88.
Oh, wow.
3-time All-American in '87, '88, and '89. One of the few Cal guys to lose a couple of championships. We're the black sheep out there. So a few of my friends have won all 4 during their career, but a lot of fun playing the game. That's
Back to
Logan
the
Baker.
So, what was your position, John?
Scrum half.
Scrum half? Nice.
And he was a good one.
Weak side with the Sooners. That's Brighton Bartley taking it up.
And he rolls forward to get a couple meters and give his guys some time, too.
He did.
Texas Tech is driving them towards the sideline.
Yeah,
They're
they've
gonna
used that
come back
before,
in.
and we're coming back. That's Fairbairn
And Texas
taking the ball.
They're trying to steal it, but
Yeah.
it's not working here.
They're using
he's
a nice
he's a
choke
strong guy,
tackle.
but he was leading with the ball, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. Lead
There's
with
this
the ball.
Bam Bam Bromley, another military guy.
They're trying to poach it again. He's going to have
Tech's
to take it to
giving
the
him some
ground.
issues.
And he has, yes, they're always athletic. And
Yeah.
there we
Now
go.
they'll
Zach
send it out to
Raines,
the line.
Chrisman on the 1-3 scissor play, or 1-3 crash, actually. That's
And the
Zach.
boot, it's still
Nice
going to be
little-
taken by Hunter, though.
Puts a fullback under pressure.
Oh,
but he got out of it.
He sure
Hunter
did.
knocks
Oh,
the first
we
guy,
have
but
Penalty back to the Sooners.
penalty back to the Sooners.
what did he call there? Did you see?
I didn't. It must have been a late hit off the kick, which should have given him a choice of
Yeah.
up there or
Up there, back there.
Right, but they're
A
coming back
scrub
again.
up or kick back or what's
Yeah.
vice
Anyway,
versa?
the penalty's fine. ProSense will take the kick. Again, he's been going for touch. We'll see if he does it again.
He's
I'm
got
pretty
that
sure
boomer
fine.
leg.
Yeah,
He does, doesn't he?
can boom it. Look at that.
Yeah.
And that is OU's ball.
And that's how they've been
inside.
getting deep, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
exactly.
at least the third deep kick that's 2 or inside the 22
This is
today.
about the third or fourth time they're inside the 22 with a line out in there with their throw-in.
ProSense is probably liking the high altitude here, back in his natural Aspen environment.
I was
Gives you a
talking,
couple extra meters, doesn't it?
we were talking to the
Oh,
Long
yeah.
Beach State coach last night, and he asked us the altitude, and we told him, he says, don't tell my boys that.
Long Beach. They were big rivals of us when I was at Cal.
Right.
We lost the 80.
And this ball goes
Oh,
over
nicely
and
done. That's
nicely
Fairbairn.
And he drives
Zatara
through a couple
takes
of guys before they can take
ball.
him down.
Here we
to
go on
Bullhead.
attack again.
Fly half.
Fly half.
Gets
To the
There we
center.
go.
Oh, there we go. Get it out, son.
And they've
Oh,
gone
using
backwards.
control here.
These quick
more
switches
pass.
are
And he's
doing a good job for the OU squad.
That's Nunez winning ball.
And he's not on his
Oh.
feet, so that's going
That's
to be
going
a
to be another penalty.
Yep.
Look what Zach Raines
You've
wants
got-
to do.
You've got to be on your feet when you're in those rucks.
Goes
Otherwise,
and
you
goes.
keep
Ex-
doing that.
Pablo says a little too fast. Let's bring it back.
Well,
So-
Texas Tech is going to be happy about that.
It's
Give them a
thoroughly,
second to breathe.
it's thoroughly all right under these circumstances to slow it down and regroup and attack with something you're.
Yeah, I think our fly half had other ideas he wanted to try.
And it's
But
Yuji.
that's Yuji. Big, huge, we call him. Ethan Hughes. There we coming in the weak
Nice.
side. There's Nunez pounding. Gets close.
They're getting close.
Blanchette takes it weak, gives it out to the wing. John Lucas
Well, they're-
keeps it back, goes to
Ooh,
Blanchette.
nicely done from going into touch. Well done to keep it from going into touch and maintain possession. There goes OU. It looks like
That's
he's
Logan
close.
Baker pounding at the line. Lots of
This-
pressure.
This weak side was a good setup for them if they could have got it out quicker.
Yeah. There's Bartley.
Nice clean out.
Should
They
be getting
really-
that out a
they
little quicker.
Clearly got a lot of space in there.
Out to
Here
the
we go.
backs.
Here we go.
Skipping.
And
Full
they've
back
got-
in. Wing. That's
Got the corner. No.
Colin Bray. And he gets it in the
Yes,
corner.
he got it in the corner.
So
Nice
there's-
work by the Sooners there. I
Yes.
thought they attacked. They went weak, they went strong, and then they went out to their backs lined up for really just hands to score it in the
So was
the
that who
corner.
was that?
So
Colin Bray.
Colin Bray.
So now OU has their first lead of the game
Right.
with 5-point lead pending this conversion. It's going to be the tough one.
Yeah, it sure
that
is.
corner kick. And we'll see Fairbairn out to kick the ball again, yes?
Yes.
As our viewers may want to know, when you score a try in rugby, at the point where you touch down the ball in the try zone, is the angle that the kicker has to convert that try, and it's important. But this is one of the most difficult kicks somebody has to perform in the game of rugby.
Well, this
And-
is where the kicker makes his money.
Yes.
The big
ones
money.
the ones who can, the ones who can kick from here, are the ones that get those big contracts, like you're
That's
saying.
right.
And you can make up for a lot of deficiencies with a big boot. We'll see Fairbairn getting it lined up. He pops it up.
got
He's
the leg.
the distance.
He
And
Oh,
got
great
the
kick.
flags.
Nicely done.
Nicely done, Zatara.
So Fairbairn's conversion gives them a 7-point lead now. The score is 10-3 in favor of the Oklahoma Sooners.
Got to give it to Texas Tech. They've came out hard and scrappy as we expected. OU seemed to absorb it and is starting to get into their game.
I agree with you, John. I think OU is in definitely control here. If they can continue to camp out down here under Texas Tech's posts, they could find themselves with some more points early.
And it's tough to play defense that much. Texas Tech has been on defense at least more than half of this game.
Yes.
And that's when you really tire yourself out.
They've been going for the counter ruck, which I think has given OU some troubles a little bit, but then they seem to have handled it. And
Good
we'll
catch
see.
there.
That's Nunez,
And he's
freshman
gotta
from
bring his
Allen,
arm down.
Texas.
And OU, they're going to have a overload over here, but instead they'll just crash it in.
Yep.
And that was Fairbairn who went
Sure
down
was.
with it.
Blanchette gets it out to Brighton Bartley, who gives it to Lepissier.
And these are those
In
money
fact,
ones.
now it's out to the fly half.
Oh,
The
nice,
inside center.
nice.
Oh, just
Yeah.
dropped, so that's going to be an advantage for Texas Tech.
That was I thought he had that. I was fixing to be a nice catch.
It was. Bit of an
Now Tech.
angle
Oh.
issue.
Maybe they lost it in the sun or something.
Well, like I said, it's an angle issue. The backs were running sideways, the inside center, so he's stepping away from the ball, and it's going at his feet. If he's straightening
onto
the
the
line,
ball.
he's got that ball in hand. And
You're absolutely right,
Coming
yeah.
hard. So
Scrum
Kind
down
of difficult to teach these kids not to run out like that. And so
it is. Well, you want to get it
Yeah.
wide sometimes, and
yeah,
it
north
happens.
and south.
Well, now it's going to be a scrum down. Texas Tech has been the one to put the ball in every single scrum down so
Really?
far.
You're
This is
absolutely
This
correct.
is the third one.
We have an injury too here on the
Yeah,
OU
that's
side.
Nunez.
Nunez, is
Yeah.
that your 8-man or?
It is.
Well, hopefully he's going to come back up. At least on all the
He's
teams
playing
I
really
played,
well.
8 men were pretty important.
They are.
He's been crashing through the line every single time.
He's been great for us. Like I said, he's a pure freshman from Allen, Texas, coached by Kelly Meek, and John Lind, our forwards coach now, coached Allen before coming up to join us.
Really?
So he's seen him for a couple of years. We really wanted him to join us, and he's had a really great first semester.
Well, and that continuity's got to be good in the coaching staff, helping be comfortable and really get in there.
Kid's really grown a lot in a few years too. He's had a couple of growth spurts in the last couple, and really tough kid.
Well, he's back on his feet, so he's showing his toughness right now, and he'll get to the back of that scrum.
I always used to tell my 8-man when I got tired, I said, take a minute. So why don't you? I don't want to be the one that's injured.
Well, the two squads bind up. They're tied together now, and the ball fed under.
Tex controlling the scrum.
They do, and this time they've got a deep
like the pass from
line.
the scrum half, and there's a
Flynn.
crashing center. Just a 1-2 crash, but he's giving the Sooners some fits, and
Flynn drops
really
the
just
ball,
have to have
though.
better defense on the midfield by Oklahoma.
I think Oklahoma took the ball.
We took the ball. There's Baker again. He's been pretty active today. There's
Got
Bartley.
space.
Brighton Bartley. He's got space. Where's his support? Bartley. Is he going to find it? There it is.
There it is.
Oh, unlucky.
Just lost out of bounds and forward.
Good thinking, bad execution.
Great attack by Oklahoma there, but really got to get the support in off his hip. He's pretty fast for a hooker, but line changing would be ideal there.
Yeah.
Should have had guys on both sides.
That was the second time we've seen them toss with just one hand, and that might be what led to the miss on that.
Sure could have. And again, I think angles and coming on that, the winger should be able to catch the hooker, and should have been there for a nice try. But they're still working through some things.
Well, now
Still
they're
early.
going to be on their fourth straight defensive scrum.
That is correct.
I think Texas Tech's 8-man got lost there.
Yeah. Thought he was back. He's playing, I think he was doing his hair.
Yeah.
We've
There
all
you
made
go.
that mistake. And the hook is good for Texas Tech this
OU's
time.
I like the
Got it
OU
pushed.
drive, though.
They're getting
OU's
stood up.
drive is
Yep.
good, very good.
Well, and that caused some mishandling. Where are the backs, though? Very slow on the backs to come up, and now the
that's
fullback has it.
Hunter. Hunter crashes through. Finally taken down a little bit high, but none of those have been called today, so I don't know what Condra's doing. He's just kind of standing around.
Texas Tech's forwards are over here back close to us.
This back line is not set in a deep manner. I guess these are all the forwards close to us, but
Yes,
either
they
way,
are.
they need to get, unless they're planning to do a big pack move,
Well, Tech comes out with the ball.
out to the
That guy
back line.
he told
Once
him right
again,
away.
that's
That's Sol.
Sooners' defense on the backs is just not organized right now. The forwards have been doing a good job on that last scrum. They drove the guys off. They were late. They really got to kind of organize and get some shape.
And back to the prop who sends it to the 8. And Hatton, Nathan Hatton is in for the try.
Well
looks
deserved
like.
by Texas
Oh,
Tech.
Nope, they're
Yep.
still on the line right now.
Oh, they sure are. And there's the try.
There's
Oh,
the-
penalty.
Penalty, 5-yard
for an
scrum.
offside.
Sooners pretty good playing,
No,
goal line defense, and they won't give their tries up too easily.
So offsides there now. It's right there on the goal line. We see them packing up that the lock. He tries to drive in, not quite there. Sent out to the
they
back
like to
line.
get it out.
And that's going to be a try for the fly half. That's
Number
Michael McCabe.
It's not.
It's
Actually,
not.
he didn't get it in.
Really?
I don't know what happened. He looked like he dotted it down before the try zone,
He
maybe.
put it before the try zone.
It's hard. It was hard to tell from here.
Yeah.
He was in. It was
He
a
had all the room he needed.
poor defense again by the Oklahoma backs. Let him through, but the rugby gods were shining. I
Yeah,
guess.
it
And
was
here's the-
favorable for OU. You know,
I
we've
think
said,
it's OU's put in for the first time on a scrum.
well, we've said Texas Tech making the mistakes on, or OU making the mistakes close to Texas Tech's goal line.
Yeah.
Now the field is swapped.
It sure is.
So
Trading
OU's going to have
favors.
the opportunity to get this ball out as long as they can win their own scrum, which at this level, generally you are able to when you got two evenly matched teams like this. It's not like, you know, a D3 squad taking on a D1. But we see that fed in, and it is underneath Oklahoma.
They like to go
Interesting,
in.
interesting choice, but That's
Fairbairn.
Fairbairn taking it up. I guess the ball must have squirted.
Well, Fairbairn's one of the flankers, so
He is.
had to take it off to that weak side. There's the clearing kick, but
Which is blocked. Now Tex has some ball and some space.
Yeah.
Sooners.
And McCabe sends it to Flynn.
That was a prayer of a
to
pass.
Sully.
This guy can run too.
He does.
Oh,
interception.
Chrisman keeps his feet now to the ground.
Nice counter, Ruck, but I don't know if it's going to pay off for Tech. It's deep. Let's see if he gets it out.
This time,
he's not going to find
blocked.
touch, but he does find grass. The fullback has it.
Hunter dodges the first man. They were signaling him to, that's diving over the rock
diving
right there.
over on OU, one of their locks, number 5.
That was, Logan Baker. They're going to go for post right now, keep them in the game.
Tech is really kind of, after we thought OU had this thing handled, is come back hard.
Yeah, they are playing well.
Athletic and doing well.
They haven't run up the white flag yet, that's for sure.
Not at all.
And, Tech seems to be more of a finesse team. When they do get the opportunities, we'll see how good this kicker is now. If he makes another one, he's got a good angle at it.
And it's it's probably a little bit closer than the last time that he took the attempt on this. Mighty pops it up. Doesn't look like it's got the line, though.
No, he misses.
So
Sooners dodge a bullet there. We'll see if they can regroup and get back down on the other end.
So 22 dropout.
What's I believe the score at now? Is it
that's still
10-3.
3 to 10
10-3
after the missed penalty kick.
And several missed try attempts by Tech. They had some opportunities, didn't they? Here's OU's kick on the 22. It bounces in front of a Tech.
There we go.
guy.
That's Lipicier.
OU's got it.
Sort of a cardinal sin on Texas Tech to let that ball bounce.
Absolutely.
So the Sooners end up with it.
Well, after a
he calls it a knock-on,
I guess.
As a coach, it drives me nuts when people let the ball hit the ground.
Cardinal sin.
We were just talking before, what's worse, if they try to catch a big kick facing forward or if they just let it bounce?
I would rather have them take the effort and do their best and miss an athletic play than just let it
bounce.
Get
up there and get the ball. That's your precious tool. That's your gym.
Well, now Tech coming for their 5th scrum of the day.
Of course, taking the ball sideways is the ideal way if you've got the chance to do that.
And they're being driven by Oklahoma. They still get the ball, though.
Yeah.
And
that's a dummy 1-2 scissor out to the outside center. Fullback enters the line.
The defense has come up a little better for OU in the
back
line.
Sure did. Much better on that time.
They're coming up together there.
And they're going to send it to the big boys just to hold on to it. There's the hooker. That's Diego Morales. And Morales, they sent it out here to the wing, and he's got to beat one man.
Does he have support?
He breaks through,
him.
And he's going to touch this one down. Do they have the try this time? They do.
They do? I thought maybe
John Lucas just got run over by the big number 24. Who is that for Texas Tech?
Unfortunately, we don't have his number.
He must have come in as a reserve.
Yeah.
Well, he's been playing the whole game. He might be one of the wingers.
I see. Yeah, probably so.
Let's call him either Jerry Heredia.
I believe we see
Elijah
number
Richard.
11, so it might be Elijah Richard, because I don't see a 14 on the field.
I actually thought he found touch right in the corner before he got that try, but Pablo says no.
Either way, Elijah Richard. We'll give him the credit here, and they're going to have
manly try. I mean, just totally had a man to beat, ran right over him, and scored him. Sooners are having to talk to themselves about what they're going to do with this. Texas Tech is stormed back into this game.
I have to say that run for Richard. He's a big man to be playing that wing. He ran him over.
Jonah Lomu comes to mind.
Well, not a bad
strategy the All Blacks used to employ by putting a 260-pounder on the wing. But
now with that misconversion, our score is going to stick to 8 and 10 in favor of the Sooners right now, and the Sooners going to be sending this one back to.
I think we have a great match here.
Oh yeah, this is getting.
This Bullhead Park is really, really beautiful, huh?
Oh yeah.
A lot of fields out here, a lot of rugby. It's named after an American battleship that was sunk in the Java Sea by the Japanese aircraft.
Big kick. Here he comes. Lucas wants to make up for it.
Bounces off the lock for Texas Tech. Into touch. It should be OU's ball.
And that's what we were talking about before about catching it sideways. So it didn't go forward. Instead, kick's just going to come straight out of bounds.
All right, so that's a good break for the Sooners to get their
Yes.
own kickoff back, the restart.
I always
So
like
Bartley-
to work on trying
he
to
is
get
gonna
possession on a restart.
He is going to call it a knock forward on that one. So
Nice.
So that's
All
why
right.
we're
give them the
scrumming
scrum
down.
a little bit better since they've, the Texas Tech has got a good line out set. So we've seen the Sooners blow Texas Tech off the last couple scrums. See if they do it again.
Satara has now moved to 8. Fairbairn, where he was at 7.
Okay.
Nunez is now slid to the center position, or the flanker position.
It might be an
Blanchette puts it in.
offensive
Nice.
switch, maybe. As
Don't
they get
know.
this one
Just
out.
You
an
can
experience
do that
difference.
For many reasons.
That's a fullback entering in the middle of the line. Will Neff, ruck 1, leaving it there in the ground too long.
Picked off by
Oh.
Nathan Hatton.
Looks
And
like he's going to
Nathan
take it to the
Hatton,
house.
He's just trying to outrun the OU side, and he's going to put it down for a try. Nathan Hatton, an interception and probably about a 50-yard run on that one. So Hatton's run is going to make this a 14-10 game.
Conversion pending. And I think if there'd have been a little bit more field, you might have caught him.
Yeah.
Well,
So Nathan Hatton's
Didn't matter.
yeah.
they didn't. And so that puts Texas Tech up. Sooners a little predictable in what they were doing in the backs, and their team just read it.
Yeah.
A little bit more danger in the attack would have resulted in a dummy or those guys on their heels.
It was a long pass, too, so.
Well, now Ismaiti's going to be attempting another conversion. He's missed his last 2 kicks, a penalty kick and the
Conversion
tough
on the
coffin
left.
corner.
Yeah.
But we'll
His
see
line's a lot better, but I'm sure he wished it was.
right down the middle. Indeed, that's all you can hope for.
He looks
and
like
this
he
one,
might have that one, and he does.
does.
He does. Lots
That's
of
going to make our score 16-10 in favor of Texas Tech right now. And that was a quick turnaround for them. So now they will Nathan Hatton with the try on that one to give Texas Tech the lead. We're still in the first half, though, so there's
plenty of
tons
game
rugby
left.
again. Yeah.
Oklahoma's just sort of gone to sleep for a moment. Texas Tech has woken up, and we'll see where we go from there. It looks like we have an injury for the
Nunez
Sooners.
again?
That's still the number 8
Is that
there on the
Nunez?
far side. And it's really just 2 big plays that brought Texas back into this.
That's
you know.
right.
At this point, Oklahoma's got to cut down on those big plays for Texas Tech. And Texas Tech, they've just got to get the ball because Oklahoma's still had the ball on offense for the majority of this half so far.
They have. Yeah, that's right. Opportunistic by Texas Tech. They came out in this game wanting them some and have been delivering it. Oklahoma's made a couple changes. It looks like John Lucas is off for Drake Nelson. And it looks like Nunez was just having something taken off of his leg.
I think he took that knee
yeah.
sleeve off or
He
moved
took
it.
the sleeve
like
off. Just
Maybe
having.
causing a cramp.
Well, I think they added something to his knee now because he's wearing, he wasn't
Switched
wearing
it.
that before.
Maybe that's it. Ball's up. Nice restart by ProSense.
No communication on the part of
bounced.
Tech. That ball bounced again.
Yeah,
And that was Fairbairn with that tackle. It was a beauty.
Tech's driving on the ruck.
nice way to receive the ruck by the Sooners there. Sooners look like they're waking up a bit. But out to the back.
Oh.
Oh, and another break into the back.
This is a long one. Maccabi breaks the first guy.
Look at that.
He's not looking for his support, and he's going to end up out of bounds if he's not careful.
He's into touch.
There it is.
He's into touch.
So it looked like actually Lucas did not leave the game. He just went to the other wing. Nelson came in. It looks like Colin Bray must have been taken out. That was Lucas who this time saved the try. Yeah, so
It was great to keep. He kept pushing the angle so
He
that
did.
number 10 was closer and closer to the sideline.
So OU catches a break here with the line out and their possession, their throw.
yeah, they've really got to figure out their backline defense at this point.
I thought they had it there for a minute, but they found a nice big hole and a lot of space.
As the fly half
They go up,
going. Oh,
and-
nice take by Lepissier.
Yeah,
and
very well taken.
after
Looks like
the
a maul
first
by
one-
OU.
After the first one being stolen, they've been fantastic on their own
They have.
lineouts now.
Well, I think part of the issue was they went to 4, and their number 2, the great jumper from Tech, took it. And Lepissier is a good jumper in his own right, slender, tall, experienced, and he's been winning his battles, at least for his own ball.
Well, they boot that ball out of bounds, and this time Tech's going to have the opportunity. They were sitting right about the 10-meter line. It's tough to tell from here. Normally we're right on the 40-yard line.
Right.
50, but
the press box here is
It's an engineering feat.
engineering feat.
A world
and
marvel.
Brown gets it. He's going to send it to McCabe, but
Not straight?
saying
Not straight.
Hate to see that happen. So now we'll have
So the Sooners
scrum
get
down.
their scrum down. See what they can do here. Scrums have been interesting. You know, Oklahoma seems to do pretty well when it's on defense in the scrum and hasn't been as strong on offense. But let's see what happens here.
Well, nobody's given up their own ball so far.
That's
so.
correct.
That's true. But OU seems to be dominating in the set play.
And Texas Tech looked like they were a little confused. The back line just stepped up to fill in as defense instead of offense.
Right.
So the sides combine. The ball is fed. And we see
They're going
Where's the weak side play?
lost.
Well, penalty against penalty given to
Tech.
Oklahoma.
Against Tech for
Right.
OU.
Yeah.
Let's
He
see.
had the advantage, so something in the scrum.
Looks like they're going to look for ProSense's boot to get him some more space.
Well, and that's
Says-
been their key so far. Get deep
Uh,
in territory
yep.
by kicking it
Playing
there.
the field
Surgically
position.
carving him up for field control.
Well, they'll send that ball out to the Brewhouse game in the background.
Yeah, looks like it did go out right around the 40-meter line. According to the touch judge, I thought he got it out a little deeper than that. But we're not over there on that side of the field.
And Oklahoma should have the put in here. Get set to go.
Nice.
Nice win.
Nice
Once
win.
again.
Well taken off the top.
And
Oh, that's a nice little play
Nice
there.
switch. Here we go.
That's Zach Range. Oh, and there's the fullback through. Will
Come on.
Neff doesn't quite get to the gap.
Come on, give him some help, son.
And
The Texas Tech, the big winger.
ooh, they can't find the ball.
There it
Oklahoma
is.
can, though.
Yep. Oklahoma has a nice ruck
And
set
he's
up there.
making sure that they're on sides.
Oh,
Oh, the
Squeaks out of his hands.
Yep,
But the ball's
way
kept.
behind him. Oh, I guess Pablo's going to call forward.
Well, that was
Knockoff.
just a whole lot of ugly right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think he was knocked forward by both teams a couple of times before we got to
The
this
first
one.
knock forward was obviously Pablo says with OU, but
Sooners just leaving the ball on
Yeah.
at the base too long. New scrum half in, and that's just allowing Tech to play defense and line him up. And then I don't know what Logan Baker did. He just dropped the ball behind him, then followed by Zach Range with a pop kick to nobody. So
Well, the grass
let's just
was-
start over.
grass was a little slick this morning, so
Yeah.
maybe the ball's slicked up. And that big egg can be tough to hold on to.
Sure is.
got a blood bin here, it looks like, I think.
We'll see what the Sooners forwards can do here. Keep that ball away from the Tech backs. Tech's
Well, it looks
Number-
like 14 Elijah Richards is in, so we still don't know who 24 is.
the mystery man has been playing a good game though.
Coach Jones, who's 24? Who's number 24?
The guy that just came in?
No.
This guy. Eli.
Elijah Richards?
Yeah.
Elijah Richards? Who's number 14?
Not sure. Our wings are interchangeable. I don't know who picked up which jersey.
Well, a knock forward now on Tech leads to OU getting the ball.
All right, Sooners in a good position here. I like to call this the green zone because green means go, red
Green
means
means
stop,
go.
and we want to go here.
I like that.
Yeah.
This is where you make your money, too, the green.
This is yes. We'll see who's going to be the money maker here. Sooners got an
Another offensive scrum coming.
When you
Yep.
find yourself in Texas Tech shoes here underneath the shadow of their goalpost and OU playing, it should be, let's see how if OU's continues to dominate here in the set play.
And we saw the new wing come in. That was Kevin Ngaga. Apologize, Kevin. Either way, scrum now down. Oklahoma gets
Sooners
it
are going to take it
perfectly.
weak.
Nicely
Thought
done.
that might be a nice option, but well defended by the Texas Tech scrum half on the Sooner
Yes,
flanker.
he was there.
But Sooners still got some space. Got forwards on the weak side.
And that ball goes
Mishandled
missing.
ball. turned
taken
over.
this time by Teverball.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he threaded the line on that
He
kick.
sure did. The
thread it,
winger,
but I
Drake Nelson, wasn't paying attention, let it squirt right by him. But he has the ball. Up the pitch he goes.
Uh-oh.
There's your
Oh.
Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas
hook.
Tech, love that opportunity maybe. But Sooners now with their deep.
They're back in their own territory, but they still have the ball. They retain possession. That's what matters.
That's an
This ball's
interesting
popped
play
out.
there.
Yeah,
I
that's,
don't. That could be dangerous. But
Yeah. Uh-oh.
then again, it could just find some space.
And that turned out to be a
And he should have done something with the ball. Instead, well, Tech holds on to it.
and Tech's on the attack there. It looks like OU might have up penalty to Tech. OU coming
Diving
over the
over.
top.
Well, Sooners lost opportunity there. Well defended by Tech.
And if they're going to be kicking for touch, looks like he's setting his. No, he is going to send it to touch. It's a little bit long one for him, but it does find it.
It does find touch, not your most brilliant touch, kick for touch.
Well, rugby can be an ugly
UBE, ugly but effective.
Very well. I like that acronym, UBE.
So Tech now has another line, and their last one was not straight. They're going to definitely hope for something different now because they do have the lead, but they don't want to sit here and play defense all day.
Oh, OU breaks through.
Squeezes
Ball
over
is
the
on the
line.
ground.
Fairbairn fly hacks it. Not a fan of fly hacking.
Yeah,
You
I'm
could have just gone down and had it.
Yeah.
Now Texas Tech has it.
I'm not a fly
To
hacking
Flynn.
fan either, John.
Flynn's got the ball out.
Big.
Oh,
Oh,
almost.
could have been a big tackle.
And that's Elijah Richards. He's a tough man to take down, but grabbing him by the legs is the best way to do it.
That's for sure. There's Drake Nelson on the stop.
Solely, this one,
Tech is really effective at working the ball from one side to the other if they can continue to do that.
and Condra goes down. This one out to Flynn again, but misses him. Now in the hands of Cheney. And being run forward now by Brown. Oh, that ball squeaks out.
Now there's what
There's
you
a
do. when
good.
you-
That's
yeah,
a way to go down and get
that's
some ball
the way you
right
go
there.
get the ball right there.
Yeah,
That
man.
gentleman gave up his body.
Leaving it at
and
the
that's-
base way
yes.
too long. When you win that ball, you got to just go. You know, I mean, the
Yeah.
Sooners are just sitting there waiting and leading, letting the Tech to line back up on defense. Don't understand that.
Well, and earlier they kept winning on those offsides. When they were pushing them
Right.
quick, Texas Tech would be
Do I-
offsides.
Do I detect a halftime whistle? Yes,
That
that's,
is half.
that's the end of the
So-
first half, people.
At the end of one, it's 10-16. Folks, you're watching Rugby Saturday USA here on ProView Networks. We'll be right back with some second half action for you in just a moment. Stick around.
You guys mind if I break and go talk to this?
No. Hey, do you want something to drink? I got coconut water and fruit punch down there. All healthy, organic stuff. John?
I'm good.
Okay.
I want to go talk to some backs about it.
Let's stretch out.
right, folks, welcome back. We're getting set for the second half of this game. Right now, Texas is leading 16-10.
Texas Tech has definitely been a surprise here.
Well, they've come out strong, and a couple of big plays have helped them to gain the lead right now. So, John, you went to talk to the Sooners. What'd you tell the boys?
You know, it's a defensive pattern issue. I think the backs are holding back and then not coming inside out up enough, and hopefully we'll see some change there. And I think that's why you're seeing some big gains in runs by the Texas Tech offense. We'll see if those changes help out. Sometimes it's just being an athlete and a competitor. You know, Texas Tech is competing really well right now, so I think the Sooners just need to compete. They know what to do, and if they start executing, hopefully this thing will get turned around for them.
Well, we're going to see the ball kicked off by Luke Prosenth again. He's the man with the boot for the Sooners. And
He does have a leg. He's
nice
put it
placement
in a nice
on
spot. Tech has it.
So where did Luke Prosenth come from?
He's from Glenwood Springs, and he played for the Gentlemen of Aspen's youth team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got two of those guys. Robert Lyles also, who's not in the game.
Was
That's
he
some
playing
good DNA territory.
Yeah, it is.
Was he playing 10 out there? Or?
No, he was a hooker
Wow.
and a flanker, and we used him there last year in his freshman year. He's now a sophomore, and we've moved him into the centers.
OU has the ball now. They're on the attack.
That's Baker, Logan Baker again.
Well, Baker
OU
drives
has it
through
again.
them.
They get it out. See
Had a
what
few
they
words
do.
with Blanchette about maybe some quicker ball off the ruck. Hopefully that will
Oh,
happen
he
as
did
well.
it just there. He made
Yeah.
it quicker than he was.
One thing I had to say to him.
Being taken forward now by Huge.
Huge.
That's your technical zone, right?
Yeah, that's my zone. Nice break there. Sooners are pounding. Wood.
And they're just taking those quick pick and goes. They're right on that goal line.
Sooner is down in the back. Hopefully he's all right.
Well, the
It
ball
looks like
goes out of
Blanchette.
bounds.
Yeah.
Texas Tech again squeezing them out of
Dodges one,
bounds.
don't they? Yeah, I don't know if you let that go out of bounds, do you? Tough call for a tough
Gordon.
decision by the Sooners to get that close to the.
Gordon Harper.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Touch.
And, well, they have been pretty successful on lineouts, though. So, OU, maybe they can win this one back. Otherwise, they're going to have to make up that ground again. But this is what we saw at the beginning of the last half, too, and Oklahoma was able to come out and win it back.
Let's see what happens here. We're
Sorry, Joe.
down deep.
And taken by Oklahoma.
Blanchette takes it off a tap ball. I'm not a big fan as a scrum half of tap
Tapping.
ball off of lineouts.
Can
That's
get
just
a
a
little
death
heated there.
sentence, right?
Yeah.
As a hooker and playing at the front of the line out, I always like to see those taps, John.
Zach Raines goes back inside to his hard charging forward. Can't tell who that is, but ball to the ground.
Nice
Out
out.
of the back.
Very quick.
Double. That's a
There he is
scissor
again.
between inside center.
Prosenth took it to the ground. And
Gotta find
just
out
missed
that's-
there, but finally found the winger, John Lucas.
John Lucas,
And that ball's just kind of sitting there.
it sure is. Again,
That was
Why give him that
kind of
much time?
surprising. Both teams
Oh,
just
that
didn't
was
even
leaving
a
the
nice
ball at the
tackle.
base.
That
I mean,
guy
you gotta attack, right?
Yeah.
And, you know,
That's
OU,
Brighton Bartley.
You can't hesitate when you're in that close.
No, you gotta pound.
Texas Tech was
Out
pretty,
wide. There's
nice
Luke
move.
Raines with a nice move.
Nice,
He's gonna
nice.
go in for a try. Nice job by the freshman.
And Raines ties this game up. Well, actually, they're
Well-
still down by one as Lucas Raines puts the try down, but it's underneath the post, and
Should
we've
be a
seen
fairly easy
Prosenth has that
conversion.
ball. So,
So this-
Fairbane's got that
Yeah,
conversion
He
kick.
converts this.
We'll
OU
see.
is back in the lead.
Zach Raines is a freshman, pure freshman
Really?
from Texas. Played for the Alliance team where Doug Neubauer coached before. So Doug's coached him for a number of years.
Dallas area?
Yeah, it's Dallas-Fort Worth. Alliance is kind of right between the two. And Zach is a converted scrum half. We have him at fly half. He's leading the team in tries this year. And one of the things we said is, hey, your number may be up. You know, they've been chasing outside, and that's exactly what happened there. He gave a dummy quick little feet and RPM'd it in.
Well, we are seeing something a little bit different. It looks like they heeded your advice, John, in half, in that the scrum half is getting the ball quicker out of those rucks.
Somewhat quicker. I'd like to see it a little faster
Yeah.
for my druthers.
Well, and we are looking at the college level at this
Yeah,
point as
true.
well. So,
Well, and this is the first start for Blanchette at scrum half.
Really?
He's been our second guy. He's just showed up this semester.
And Fairbane's kick is good.
It is.
It's
Soon
one
as you
for
take
the
the lead.
Birds as it goes into the trees, and it gives them the lead now. They've got 17 points, leading over the Texas Tech Raiders by 1.
Well,
So
this is
what-
where the good teams answer points with points, whether that's the offensive team that takes it and runs with it, or the defensive team says, "Hey, we're not done here."
Dougie and his coaches and some of your advice lit a fire under OU. They came out strong early, and they're setting the tone right now.
These boys are pretty self-motivated. You know, you don't need to give them a lot of rah-rah. They like it on their own. It's not that sharp words aren't used from time to time, but they're some pretty good competitive guys.
Well,
Texas Tech is now going to have to send this ball in if they can find the ball.
if I remember correctly, I've been coming to this tournament for 43 years. It's the 45th annual High Desert Classic, and
It's fantastic.
OU's been a fantastic participant in it in all of those years that I can remember. A few of them, you know, things change, but so do everybody else.
Right. Yeah, I remember my first time coming to this when I was in high school. I don't know, my parents possibly let that happen. So in Leroy Lake's Blue Dodge van with the great Lenny Berger, you know, the now departed and missed Tom Morgan gave me the rookie treatment. Wouldn't let me lay down. I just had to sit on a cooler and talk to Lenny Berger for about
Was Tarzan
5
still
straight
on
hours.
the pitch?
Oh, of course.
And
Yeah.
Fairbane
One
gets
of
the
my
ball.
favorite people, John.
Yeah, he sure is. There's Fairbane taking it up.
And
Ball looks a little
OU's
dirty
really
there.
driving it,
Yeah.
though. But it's a knock forward.
Yeah,
And I like that you guys are highlighting we are at the 45th annual High Desert Tournament.
Yeah.
It's the oldest non-old boys tournament left in the country right now.
that's fantastic. I
It
think
is.
OU's won this 5 times, and we haven't come a lot lately, but we're very proud of those. I don't know if I was at all of them, but almost all of those victories.
Well,
and
I know that
a lot of
OU
fun.
beat my team, the El Paso Scorpions, in the finals in the early 80s. I can't pick the right field, but it was a tough game.
and it's good to see that bag, and seeing the Highlanders there. I know we've played them in the finals many times.
Highlanders
ball
are tough.
goes good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This has always been
And-
a good tournament.
sure has.
Sends it to Flynn to Sule,
Nice.
and
Oh,
he's
that's a
finding
nice
a
move,
hole. He's just tough to take down.
Uh-oh.
And that, he's not going to quite have the distance. Can his boys ruck over him? They do.
Again, not good defensive pattern by Oklahoma there to even let that happen.
Seems like their backs have a little gap because they're not coming up together.
That's
John.
exactly right. That wouldn't.
And
there
this
it is,
one-
sprung for the wing.
That is a try, and that was the lock, Alec Brown.
Well, we talked about points for points, and this one goes to Texas Tech to respond after being scored on.
Yeah, they answered
do
the
that.
bell, didn't they?
Yep. So it's time for Oklahoma to answer the bell back, and we'll see what happens. These teams are both looking to play today, that's for sure.
Well,
So
and this
that's
is
going to give them 21 points now.
And
So
with
the-
another coffin corner kick from the touch line over there past the 22s, looks like where the Tech conversion kicker's lining up, waiting for his tee. His coach probably running
So
over there.
Lucas at the outside center had the angle on their center that really had that run and just slowed up. I mean, that's where you blow up a back line by coming inside out and blasting
Absolutely.
it right when they catch the ball. If you hesitate, they're through. And there wasn't anything special on the play by Texas Tech, but just executed well by an athlete.
On that inside-out defense, a couple of those Oklahoma backs turn their hips. I always tell my boys, when their hips are turned, they're dead.
and he's
you
got the
take the-
distance. Does he have the
Oh.
line? He does not.
That
does
was
not.
a good
That
try.
is, it's probably the best looking kick other than the line that we've seen from Ismati today.
Still leaves
He's
Texas
got lots
Tech
of
in the
length.
lead.
So Texas Tech now 21 points over Oklahoma with 17.
Well, it's a back-and-forth battle. Enjoyable to watch from a play-by-play announcer and a watcher on the thing. From a coach, there's a lot of things we'd like to see Oklahoma do better at this point. But we'll see if they can keep this together.
Well,
But
this is
the
an
kinda-
entertaining match.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
this
sure
is
is.
the kind of stuff you want to see in these marquee matchups. Texas Tech versus OU.
Right.
That
This
Red
is a big
River
college
battle.
game, and that's not going to go 10.
Nope.
But
But
Texas
they're
They
Tech-
live,
got it,
and a
yeah.
huge
Well, and
mistake
that's-
by Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
That is just a massive mental mistake, and now Texas Tech is punishing him for it.
And there's
Yeah.
Brown with the ball, just trying to buy some time. He didn't let go of the ball, so there it is, coming out the back of the ruck. And it was Nathan Hatton who had that heads-up play for
Look
Tech.
at that.
And there it is again. There's Michael McCabe, and that's his second try of the game.
McCabe did to Range
sorry,
what Range
was his
just did
first.
a moment ago. He called his own number. Defense just not coming up hard, and the gap was given. So Texas Tech punishes Oklahoma for letting down.
Well, and McCabe there.
On that restart kick, that OU guy has to go up and take that ball.
You know, you know why they didn't,
Yeah.
but it's just not acceptable,
Yeah.
and it's a live game. You know, just because it doesn't go 10, it's called the advantage, and that's what happens when it's almost like a joint inexperience scenario there.
You're kind of mesmerized. It doesn't go 10. I don't got to do nothing. Oh, my goodness, what happened there?
Well, this calls for leadership. We'll see if the Sooners, field leaders can pull them back into this.
And that one is successful. So now we're going to be looking at a 28-17 game in favor of Texas Tech. So you got to play down here for a while, John. What was your favorite moment from playing in the high desert?
I got to win one. I think it was about 94. Playing fly half. That might have been when we played you guys for the Scorpions.
Right.
And we had I was playing fly half that, and we had a dummy 1-2, skip 3, fullback out, and Brandon Ferris, a fullback that we had, who was MVP of that tournament, took it the distance and kind of opened the game up for us. That was a nice moment.
And speaking of opening the game, Texas Tech now driving with it. They're just going to kick that ball, and it finds touch right here in front of us.
That will be OU's ball. I
don't know why you would give it back to the opposing squad, but maybe just give them a little bit good defensive position.
Sometimes you find that traffic around you is a little runs against your judgment, and you make a bad rugby decision.
Kicking's always a funny thing, isn't it? I mean, it's many times you're just turning it over with a kick.
I hate turning a ball over.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They had the momentum, and they just gave it away.
Oh, that would have been.
And
a
that
he
one was
can't handle
won.
it.
Alec Brown just knocked it out of his hands.
That's right. A good defensive play. I don't think that was a mistake.
Nice
Just
counter ruck
there's a
by
good
OU.
counter ruck by Oklahoma.
The ball does finally find its way out of the
Oh,
back.
look at that guy's holding it
He's
on the
not
ground.
he's not letting it
releasing.
go.
Yeah,
They're fighting for it.
Oh, that's the wrong penalty.
That's the wrong penalty. Texas Tech was holding on to that ball,
Yeah.
and he
Well,
must release it.
I think they're calling him for not releasing the tackle on that one. I don't know how he
Well, he
ended up-
missed. He missed the first one, but that happens, and you just got to play the ref. So
And you can't be perfect. You got to just do it.
got to just keep playing.
I think my favorite part about rugby of all time is just the respect you have for the ref in this game.
That's correct.
And, I don't really see in any other sport where the ref is so highly respected and their decisions are just
It's
the way it is.
It's an American trait to be vicious towards officiating people in any sport. In rugby, it's totally intolerable. And it starts with the coaches, and he must translate that to the players.
And OU wins this
Tara
one. There's
takes the ball.
Fairbairn.
Yeah.
And OU's ruck is gorgeous on that one. Knocks them all over. Boots this one back.
Nicely booted.
And we've
Fullback
got
is there, but he lets it bounce, but he's got it.
that's the
That's the
number
fly
10.
half. Yeah.
McCabe. And McCabe's changing his position.
Nice.
He
He
boots
could be
that
playing
one.
his own ball. No, OU
He
did
attempts
the
it.
right thing, went down on the ball.
And so
Sooners come up with that ball. That was some nice rucking by Logan Ronan. Penalty
this
to
one's a
Oklahoma.
penalty.
We've been saying Logan's name all day. He's
Well, there's two Logans, but he is right. Yeah, Logan Ronan is. He does a lot of work.
he does. Ronan is the name I'm talking about.
Yeah.
and we see another name we've been calling a lot today. That's Prosense.
Yeah, lots of penalties. That's what we're calling that name.
And he's got the boot, so
He sure does.
just
Nicely
finds
done.
touch.
All right, well, the Sooners are down, and this is a time when good teams find a way to make things happen, take control of the match.
And we're still probably in the first half of the second
Definitely.
half. So there's still tons of time, but yeah, they're down by 11 at this point, so they're going to need
The
to
way
come
both
up
of these
quick.
teams are playing, I expect several more scoring opportunities to occur.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's given up.
Yeah. We had some real pleasure to do this game.
It's a good one.
And this one
Nice.
is won by OU, is one of those tappers.
There's
that
Oh,
we're
nice.
talking about.
tappers, but he was able to get
Look
it
at that,
out.
Rains.
And a
Nice
little bit,
feet. Nice moving.
Rains
Luckily
finds his
he-
own number. Not
he brought the ball
too,
back in, but he was holding it
too
with
slow
one hand.
by the Sooners again.
Not getting it out
That's
of the
just
back.
really the new 9 is becoming an issue. Once again, too slow.
Oh,
This is what happens if you just wait around. You're going to let the other team,
Regroup.
restart. We had some ugly ball. We turned into some go-ahead ball, and then just let the other team come back and line up on defense.
Are we going to get, what are we looking at here? A yellow card. A yellow card is
Wow.
going to hurt Texas Tech.
Sure will.
And coming
So-
off the field right now, that's, I believe,
well.
Kevin Ngaga. And that's George Michael coming off the field.
From this band Wham,
He's
take
got,
me out before you go.
Well, he's
Eric,
not
they
going to be
don't
happy
have-
to be taken out now.
No.
So he'll be getting some oxygen for about 10 minutes.
Yes.
So that sin bin is going to put Texas Tech down a player.
Down a man with Zatara looking to put 3 on the board.
And, you know, at this point, down a man, this is when OU's going to want to really come back.
Yeah, we'll see if they can take advantage of the situation.
Turn it up a notch.
Well, Fairbairn, he's lining it up. The last time he kicked it, went off to the Air Force Base. So
He's been booting well.
this one,
He missed it.
no good.
Wide left. Well, Texas Tech dodges that bullet. We'll see if Oklahoma can keep the pressure on.
And
So
once
Tech
they
will bring
come,
it out for the 22-meter.
once they come out, that's when the 10-minute sin bin will start.
Right.
Because we're playing 40-minute half, so he's going to be off for a while. And they kick this one close to the sideline.
Oh, mishandled by Drake Nelson, but he has it. Finds Blanchette.
They're looking for it here. They're moving it over to.
Sooners
looking
moving
somewhere
it
to go.
across. Not bad.
Here's the ruck. Still a little.
Bam Bam Bromley. Bam Bam Bromley, always a good runner. Finds a little bit of space. There we go. That's
This time.
Lepissier. He takes it up. Not a bad strategy. They just got to get there in numbers.
Nice ruck. Nice ruck. Nice bridge.
That's a little step and a pass. Not bad. By Blanchette. Logan
Ball's
Baker with the
held
ball.
up,
He gets it
taken
at the
down.
base. Texas Tech knows it's going to be slow, and it is.
And
Lepissier, he takes it straight up.
And he throws it, looked forward.
He
but the
looked.
referee
He
wasn't
looked
in
for the
position.
offload.
Okay, they are going to call it the
Yeah,
forward pass there. I think
I like it. I like his thought. His teammates needed to come with him. That's what they're going to need to do. You're not going to bang it behind the gain line and expect anything different. But if you can get a guy into some space, into a half gap, and run off the side with an offload, then you can open up the field. And that's what Lepissier was trying to do. Just wasn't on the same page with his teammates.
Well, right now, Texas Tech coming for the scrum. The yellow-carded player, he's in the back line, so they should still have a fully set-up scrum.
I don't know
But they
what
might be
Blanchette's
dropping
doing.
a man back. Yeah, they're gonna drop a man back because it looks like they don't have an 8-man in this scrum.
I don't understand Oklahoma's defensive strategy here to let the scrum half, without an 8-man, not have any defense on him.
Yeah,
That is
no,
just not a good idea. I don't where they
Just
came
come
up
straight
with that.
out. There's Flynn, and Flynn like a cannonball.
Well, at least he made the tackle. We'll
was
give
in
him
the
that.
right
We
spot.
gave him a free ball, but then kept the guy back to make the defense. So
Well, Texas Tech has pretty much gotten right back to where the scrum down was. There's Flynn now with the ball. They're going to send it out, and ooh, right off Alex Brown's knees.
Sooners win the ruck. Oh,
Well,
but not enough
There's
guys
Brown. Brown's going to
That's a knock.
offload.
Knock
That's
on.
knock, yeah.
there. And called. You know, sometimes you wish your microphone could go right into a player's ears. I have no idea why our scrum half backed off of theirs with no 8-man. That was almost like you're going to have free ball there on defense. And but Texas Tech breaks the gain line, and he's there to make the tackle. So
Locks really got to pinch together now without the extra push from behind.
right. Well, you got to get them in the game. They get blooded, they make their mistakes, and then they go. So we'll see.
I would actually bring somebody in to play 8-man in a scrum down.
Yes, it's crazy. Or
Yeah.
at least shoot your flanker over. I mean, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, it looks like they've decided instead to just run with it. And a legal procedure there in the scrum. So
what was that?
Texas Tech, I believe one of the guys was shooting in wrong
I see, right.
on the prop position. And where was that boot before?
The magic.
That was a gorgeous kick. So
All right, so
now
Texas Tech down a man, has the ball inside Oklahoma's 22 with the lead.
Realistically, I don't believe it's a drive.
And so
Doesn't
right
seem
now,
that,
Texas Tech, they're defending an 11-point lead, and they've still got at least 7 minutes or so on that yellow card. Being in this position is going to be very helpful for them because you don't want to be playing on your own end down a man.
Right.
They are making the best of that sin bin.
And Brown
And they
gets
win the
the
line out.
ball.
Brown gets it. It's out. Nice pass by the halfback.
Flynn with the
Just
ball.
coming straight down the back line.
Ooh,
Oh, there's a nice defense.
squeaked out of Hatton's hands. And they're just trying to attack anybody they can.
It's like Pablo's going to blow up that advantage on that knock forward.
That was a good way to hit him, you know. Get that shoulder up, knock the ball.
Yeah, that's what they needed. That's exactly the you got to tell the other team that you're there. If they've been running unopposed almost, you got to come up and remind them.
Sometimes that change of energy in a tackle like that will lift the whole line back up.
Sure can.
Well, now they have the scrum down. A little bit of difficulty in getting their offense going the last time around, but they get another chance. And you just got to forget what happened last time and move forward.
That's right. Should be a good
Underneath the scrum. And just holding him in
Baptiste
position.
Blanchette out to the fly half. Reigns. Reigns
Nice,
calls his own
nice.
number. He's through. Where's his support? Here's it on the inside if he looks for it.
Doesn't need it.
Well,
Finally taken down there.
maybe should have offloaded there. To the wing was on his inside.
And Texas Tech kicks that ball out of the ruck.
Oh, God.
And now
Little
they get the
fly
ball. And Texas Tech's ruck has now won this one. They'll clear the ball out into
No wing back.
space.
He's got plenty of time back here at fullback, and he's countering.
That's Drake Nelson on the. Oh, nice
wing.
move by Nelson. Where's his support?
He's dodging through.
Where's his
But-
support?
Yeah, like you said, the rest of the OU was kind of expecting something else to be happening.
I don't know. There's a OU has it right now. That's Bartley. OU now taking it forward. Blanchette. Oh, nice
pickup.
hands there by Prosense.
Nice.
That's Luke Prosense in for the try. Well done.
And Prosense will bring him back within 6 now. They're going to have 22 points pending a conversion who's right under the goal. So likely 7. What do you think?
I think he's going to make this one. What do you think, John?
Well, I don't think it counts until he does it. Seen him missed.
I have to.
Well, that's Prosence's first try of today.
Yes. Nice hands by him. That was some dirty ball he picked up from his shoe straps. Oklahoma really is now making some breaks, but really has to find out how to support each other better on those breaks. I thought Lucas was on the inside of Reigns, and Reigns took it too far. Could have sprung Lucas a few moments earlier, but the try came eventually, and there you go.
I missed it. Did he?
Prosense did make that one.
Okay.
So,
Well, Fairbairn did.
or sorry, Fairbairn.
Yep.
I apologize.
No problem.
And so
So-
now we're 24-28. It's a close one now. Plenty of
OU's
time
a
left
try
on
away
the
from
field.
regaining the lead, and they get their ball right back. That's one of the things I like about rugby.
Right.
When you score, you've been rewarded the ball back.
Love to make it
Opposed
take it. Let's see if Oklahoma can find some new energy here, up their game.
And they've still got about half of the yellow card to go.
Right.
A little
They
bit.
have a real good
little bit
opportunity
less,
here to
but-
change the whole tone of this game. They
That's
get the
mighty.
ball back. Let's see what they do with it.
Can't count out Texas Tech. They've been
Nope.
playing hard all game long.
Eyes Mighty pops this one out.
Nice take by the OU guy,
That's Chris Greer.
Chris Greer.
Yep.
He's moving, boy.
Chris
there
Greer
he
has
goes.
come on in reserve,
He's still
and
going.
he's
High
yeah.
tackle there.
That's
but
what you want out of a guy coming off the bench, is to come out and bring some
Pick you up.
spice. Again, too slow, but there we go. That's Lepissier finds the gain line.
They're still moving. The ball's clean.
Blanchette's got to
Got
make
to
the
get-
ball out more
yeah.
available and quicker. He's just leaving it for Texas Tech to come there. I do not get this mentality. There we go.
And they're
That's
rucking
out.
really hard.
They
Yes,
are.
they are.
Bam. Bam.
Nice move.
There
Get
it
out.
is.
This is where you got to come
Oh.
when you've got this overload. And this one's going to be taken to the ground by Sean Chrisman. And taken instead
Oh.
by Texas Tech.
Stolen by Texas Tech.
Yep.
And that's Jerry Heredia.
There's opportunity for a poach, but it looks like Texas Tech's going to win it. No counter ruck.
There's Flynn. Gives it to
Nice.
somebody. They got to go somewhere with it.
That's a
That looked
Back
like
ties
like a
mighty.
forward pass. Yes, it was
looked a
called.
little forward to me. I
All
think
right,
they
well, the
called it
Sooners
for
with the
red.
scrum down, about 22 meters out with some space on the weak. See what they want to do here.
Did I just see the sin bin guy come back?
I don't know.
I can't
Number
see
14?
it. Number 19.
Okay, hold
There
on.
he comes now.
There he
he
is.
comes.
George Michael back on the field.
George Michael.
Time for a solo.
No earring there.
You're right. Relax, don't do it.
All right. Well,
Okay, well, the Sooners with the scrum down. A lot of space on the weak. Backs all out to the left except for Colin Bray, the winger there.
and
Ball
the
squirts
ball
out.
squeaks straight
Well, here he
out.
comes. Blanchette's
Going
going weak.
Going weak.
Nice
Oh,
scissor.
nice scissor.
Oh, and Colin Bray, is
Oh,
he going to
nice
keep it?
move.
Keeps his feet,
He's
goes to the
going
ground.
down. The
Look
Sooners
how
are
slow
there.
that is, though. Come on, Blanchette.
Oh, he ran up to the ball and
He
got it.
jogged to the ball. You got to time that. Here we go. Ball's there.
Big boy's taking the ball now.
I like the way OU on those bangers tries to find the space. They don't go right at the man.
There's Zach Raines. Oh, with Lepissier coming on the outside line.
Always
Quick
love to
ball
see
here
a
would be
lot.
nice. Come on.
Well, they take it finally and they send it out.
Jeez.
Wasn't even the scrum half who
Wasn't
sent it
even.
out.
I mean,
No.
this is,
I think that's the second time I've seen somebody other than the scrum half.
yeah, they're getting tired of it sitting there.
Well, that's a good decision.
Well,
then.
you got that little clock in your head.
Well,
You
you
know
know,
it's
and
gotta
you
come
can
out.
sense, you can see when the other team's ready to go, you know, I mean, and
There
they're
goes
not.
There goes a big
That's
boy.
Big Bam Bam Bromley.
I like that nickname.
Yeah.
Bam,
Bam
bam.
Bam. One of the two Bromley brothers playing for Oklahoma. Baptiste gives a dummy. Oh.
Where's his brother play on the line?
They played the same position. We call him the Bambino. He's a younger brother. And he's prop second row.
Well, the penalty will give Texas Tech the ball and likely a breather here.
No kidding.
Opportunity to get.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity lost. Just leaving that ball at the base of the scrum is it's tougher. It's tough to watch
basically a
that.
Cardinal sin too.
It is a
And
cardinal
we've
sin.
seen Ice Mighty's leg has gotten better and better as this game's gone on.
Yeah,
Early
it was a
on,
little
he's-
shaky early on.
Yeah, he couldn't quite find the line, but now he's just sending that ball along. But Texas Tech now with the toss-in on the long arm penalty.
And their squad is back with full numbers.
So Texas Tech now.
That's Big Irish coming on for Bam Bam. Big Irish, a freshman.
So we have a substitution.
Yep, freshman from Texas. Big red-headed Irish kid. His father's Irish. He's I don't know what his citizenship is. Probably an American, but
Brown loses the ball in the contest, and we see the knock forward signaled by the side judge. So that's going to be OU ball now, as that was strongly contested in that line out. That's what I like to see as a former jumper. You know, when
Right.
even if they've just about got the ball, just try and yank it out of there.
right. Oh yeah, can compete all the way up and down. Never stop.
So now,
Texas Tech had to wait for their hooker to get there. They have there is a time limit on getting that scrum going.
so the two squads bind up, set.
Both scrums look very, very low.
And it's looking better than in the beginning. Before they were almost standing up. And is it contested by?
It's the wheel.
It
It's
is
the
the wheel.
And
so
there's a rule change there. It does not change possession.
Right.
it does. I believe he's signaling that it is Texas Tech's ball because their hooker did win that ball.
Well,
can't quite tell, but his arm is towards Texas Tech right now. And we see the man in white with the ball.
Sure.
That's interesting. Did you see what really happened there, John?
Yeah. Well, they won. The two hookers were competing for it, and Texas Tech's just got his foot out there better.
Well, if he was in possession, then it would be his scrum down. But there is that new rule that if you get wheeled, you lost possession in the past, and it's changed.
Yeah. Be interesting what his thinking was on this.
And this time, gets out to the Texas Tech back line.
Make the tackle.
Ooh. Flynn dodges the first man, but he can't get through the others. He tries to send it off. They need to find some space.
They found some.
He dodges through the first man. He's driving down the field.
Nice run.
Oh, man.
He's just going to get caught. Nope. That is a try.
That was a good play by Texas Tech.
Zane Donald, and what we talked about before, those long drives, Zane Donald with a huge one.
That was a nice run.
And sends back the, OU had the last score. Texas Tech finally responds with another one for themselves.
They sure
Texas Tech did a good job of getting that ball out there. There were a couple of iffy ways they did it, but they got there, and it was, what do you say, ugly but effective?
Yeah. It was, and a nice break. I mean, you got to make your tackles. Texas Tech runs hard, stiff arms with the fend, and finds space. And
so 33 is the score now.
Still finding some space back there.
That was Zane Donald.
OU back line when those backs from Texas Tech have it.
Well, tough lesson on Oklahoma having that ball down there, leaving it so long at the base and not converting that try. And then
Ismighty's conversion is good.
Yeah, you make a good point, John.
That's going to give them a 35 points. 35-24 now, the score in favor of the Raiders, and it's getting deep in this one.
Yeah, it's can't say Oklahoma hasn't had the opportunities back down there when they were down there to take the lead again. Now they're going to have to, I guess the best thing to do is just suck it up and get after it and see what they can do, and they have to kick and give the ball back to Tech right now. Once again, a reward of scoring in rugby.
And Robert Lyles is now on at the center spot for Chrisman, it looks. Oh, there's a take.
Nice, almost.
Well, he's going to be playing the advantage for the knock.
That's really what you want to work for on a restart kick like that, is to regain the position, but he had his hands on it.
Now,
just unfortunate that he lost it.
OU outmanning Texas Tech, but we're going to come back
They're playing the advantage,
knock.
so yeah, they just had a free ball. You might as well give it to the backs. They've been
pretty effective so far. Yeah, it's those big plays that have given them this
Some
lead.
long, big plays.
Yeah. We've had two runs that were at least half the field for Texas Tech to really flip this game around for them. But the scrum down will be for Texas Tech.
That's Gio coming on at the wing. Gio's a new player for us. Number 17.
Another freshman, sophomore?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just recently come out to play. He's got some nice hands, very athletic, but new to the game of the rugby.
How's his wheels?
Pretty quick.
Well, and that's something we see a lot in rugby, just players coming in. They don't really know the sport. They're really good athletes, but there's always a learning curve you got to come across.
That's for sure.
As this one sends out to the line, and it's gonna.
Sooners need to feed on this. If they've got that bad ball bouncing around, you have the sense of urgency at this point in the game for sure.
And that's OU almost had that. Flynn's got it now, but it's going to be
calls penalty against the Sooners.
Not rolling away, I think. Is that what it was?
Hard to tell.
Or offsides.
Offsides.
Well, Texas Tech fortunate on that one.
I didn't see any offsides in that run.
No.
Well, that goes into touch, and it will be the Red Raider ball.
That's more breathing room for the Raiders.
You're right, John. I think that when that ball was bouncing around out there, those guys should have been
going for it.
Yeah, it was a very
fire.
One.
Code word fire on that, right?
Yeah, dream word come true, man.
Yeah, scrum half launches it over to the fly-half's head, and these guys come up on a jog. That's when you're
center launches it again.
You get on your bike, get on your horse.
Well, Westcott Condra is going to be throwing this in for Tech, And we still see the 5-man throw-in, or they moved up to the 6. Looks like just 5-man.
Yep.
As we got to get some shoes tied here, but you know, we know where it's going to be going. It's going to be going to number 5, Alec Brown. Question is, can OU contest this one again?
Is he going to go up?
They're moving
Oh, no.
Brown. They moved Brown, and then but they couldn't do
Over
it
the
straight.
head, but yeah.
That was a bit of trickeration. They launched Brown into the back of the back line and then tried to put him up there, but they couldn't convert. Maybe a break for the Sooners here.
I think one of the toughest things to do, especially for a hooker, having been a hooker, is that throw in on the line out. Some
Sooners
people
electing
really
to do another line out. Interesting choice.
I could never make those throws that all you hooks could.
I missed a few myself.
And Brown contests
nice.
it, but Lepissier still
Well,
gets
the
the ball.
front
Get away.
peel.
And a blind throwback, that's dangerous.
Well, I think he was trying to make sure he just didn't go into
Yeah,
touch and give
that
up
was just
possession.
goofy.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things you don't want to be throwing it to nowhere because it could end up in Texas Tech's hands.
Right. Yep. Got to keep your heads no matter what. And here we go.
Again,
Evan,
Texas Tech with the
the
ball.
nickname Moose, has come in for Logan Baker. Baker steps off after tossing the ball out of bounds.
So Condra, he's already missed 2, but this time just the simple front spot. And now Flynn with the ball. They'll send it all the way down the back line, and Sule goes down with it.
Some dangerous backs on Texas Tech. I
Yes.
mean, anytime they touch the ball, they got a chance to take it.
And they move the ball well,
Back
don't
with
they?
Flynn. Well, Flynn has been tough to take down. OU's figured it out. You got to gang tackle the guy.
Yeah, well.
And that'll help you with the rucks as well. Now the forwards.
Yeah, Logan Donovan makes his tackles. Or Logan Ronan.
And a little fake. Oh, Brown loses the ball, so we are playing advantage.
Texas Tech has an opportunity here with a scrum down.
That should be
And-
Oklahoma's scrum down.
Yeah,
Oklahoma, I mean,
Oklahoma's.
sorry.
Yeah. All right, well, the game's not over. You know, there's some dynamic guys on in the hoops, and maybe they can find a way.
And rugby can turn around real quick,
fast.
Can.
especially when you get the ball back on a score. You know, it's only an 11-point game right
So
now.
a big change, and this might be interesting. So Zach Raines has moved from fly half to scrum half, taking the place of Baptiste Blanchette, who this announcer has been hounding a little bit, and Robert Lyles, the teammate of ProSense from the Aspen team, is in at fly.
And that ball
Raines
comes
gets it out to Lyles.
These are two good transition key players that
Yeah,
are
we'll
very
see.
important.
We'll see what this does.
Texas Tech contesting, but not successfully.
Raines gets it out. Moose from Allen, Texas.
Evan Morris, the Moose.
Evan Morris, the Moose. Interesting headgear.
Come on.
That's
And
Will
breaking
Neff,
through right
the
now.
Norman fullback.
Norman, Oklahoma.
He is.
So
Grew
he's
up in
a
native.
homeboy.
He's one of the few, and grew up under Michelle Core and P. David Jones were the coaches of the Norman Colts, and who taught Will. And P. David Jones played here for the Albuquerque Aardvarks after leaving Oklahoma,
That's
and
right.
now is back in Norman. They came out with my
PJ,
parents
now
and
I know you're, yes.
spending time with the commander. Out at his place, so we got to see the commander. He's a great guy, and off to George Carroll. He's struggling with some issues right now, but he's one of the best guys in rugby.
Yes.
And we're going to be coming. Texas Tech is fortunate on the forward pass to receive a scrum down now. Time is slipping away.
But it ain't over till it's over.
Oh, it
We'll see
ain't
what
over.
happens here.
If
This can be an offensive play as
And
well.
It looks like
OU looked like they had it for
Sooners
a while.
have the penalty.
Yep.
well
Need
they
to go
want-
quick. There's Raines. He's looking to not mess around. There he goes. Offloads it to Lepissier. Another penalty, or is it a penalty
offside.
try? Look at this.
It's not back 10.
Not back 10.
And they're right there.
Raines
in
is
front.
just
He
going to try to
won
make it
How
himself.
bad does he want
Oh, look
it?
at that. Now
He got
that's
it.
Try.
that's how a halfback
Yeah,
plays halfback
that's-
right
yeah.
there, ladies
You
and
go
gentlemen.
for it. He wanted
Yeah,
to
you
score
look
that
for their
one.
weakness, you tap it, and you take it in right through the big trees. Good job by Zach Raines.
You can tell
And
that man
that-
wanted to score.
That is Zach Raines' second of the day.
It is, and the top try scorer on the team right now with 12 on the season.
And hopefully they make this conversion. It should be an easy one, and then they get the ball right back. And
Well, now he's at 14.
well,
Well, no, he's at 12.
Oh.
He was at 10.
Sorry.
I'm counting in my head.
he got it. That's 31.
Okay, so what's the point spread there, gentlemen?
4 points. Texas Tech Raiders 35, OU Sooners 31, and the OU boys get the ball right back. A gift for scoring.
Well, great move by Coach Neubauer to put Zach Raines in, and Robert's very capable. Robert played for Central Washington, one of America's best rugby teams last year. Transferred back here to be with his buddy Luke, and we're glad to have him. He's been injured. This is his second week back healthy, so hopefully we can see some stuff come out of him in the last few minutes here.
Well,
I think that's
this
me.
is what the
Fair,
this
Baron.
is where the big teams come together.
Yeah. This
No,
is where
not a
you
lot of
decide
time
if you're
left.
a champion or not.
Yeah. One score separates these teams, and it doesn't need to be converted for OU.
This has been a very contested match.
Look at that. Look at that.
Nice break.
Give it up.
Finds
Give it
the
up. There we
gap.
go.
And
Nice
taken
halfback
down.
by Lyles.
Nice ruck. Nice
And it's
ruck.
a high-
Here we go.
That's Moose.
We see the advantage for the high tackle being
Moose is
played.
being
That's
a
what I
moose.
like to see.
Moose, the Moose on the loose. There's Raines. Outs out, finds his forwards. Back into Big Irish. He's big. He's Irish. He's Big Irish.
These Sooners got some nice
There we go.
nicknames.
Oh, the long skip pass.
And a little
And
flip
now
out.
sent off
Look
to
at
the
Procents
4.
getting out, or not Procents, but Lepissier getting out there. But great defense by Tech. They're
Yeah.
not giving up. That's for
Now
sure.
it's Prosins, but we're going to come
Oh, the
back.
penalty back.
High
We're
tackle.
coming back for that high tackle.
I love it at this part of the game when just
Pablo's playing a very good advantage.
yeah, he is. Now he let that one go for a while, and then that was the right call.
You're
Well done by the
absolutely
referee. The advantage is a tricky widget. Here we go.
Touch and go.
John Lucas going to try to make a run. Gives it into Raines.
And that ball's lost forward.
Yeah, just
Yep.
that's just not skills right there. I mean, the over the top pass in danger. You gotta,
Well, OU's been very loose with the ball today.
Yeah.
Letting it go away from the body a lot.
When you think about the fact that in rugby, the mere amount of time that you touch the ball, the decisions you make are just critical.
Right.
Well, Texas Tech with the scrum down, they lost their last one as OU poached the ball, and then a penalty just gave it away.
Yeah, the Sooners would like a win against the Head here.
That would be nice.
It would. But see if Tech can win their ball.
That's a good low scrum, man. That looks
Nice
good.
set, too,
Not much
to be
light
able
up
to not
there.
move.
Nice strike.
It
by
does
the Tech
come out the
hooker.
Texas Tech side. And kick to touch.
Straight out. Whoa, maybe he
Well,
lost a
he's
few
that-
meters.
it's the game.
That is the game. So
Oh.
Brilliant play.
your final score, 35 for Texas Tech, 31 for OU. What a great matchup, guys.
Great matchup. Texas Tech played excellent rugby today. That's a group of guys that came here to win.
And that's,
I don't remember the score last year in Norman, but it was a big victory for the Sooners. So this is a great program. Their coaches have only been at it for about 6 months, and they've really put together
And I'm sure that
an uptick. That's for sure.
I'm sure the officials of the High Desert really appreciate both OU and Texas Tech taking this conference game and making it one of our premier matches today. It's
and
means
what
a lot.
match it was.
Yes, it was. It was a very well match.
Well, Texas Tech now, they're going to move to 1-2 in Red River play.
Yeah.
Oklahoma now 1-1.
So what's up next for OU in the Red River?
Baylor's coming up. I'm not sure if that's the next match. It's a good one. We've got Arkansas State later in the season. A lot of
Arkansas
things.
State in the Red River?
No, they're not. Just another a big match coming up, and the Sooners play for Red River title, of course. They're also part of the Varsity Cup, as is Arkansas State, and we want to do well at that level to go on from there. This is going to be a big wake-up call for Oklahoma. I don't think they played particularly well today. Probably their worst game out of this season. But Texas Tech has a lot to be very proud of and played very, very good rugby. And this was not just a story of one team playing badly. It was one team playing really energetic, and the other one just not really ever getting it together. And so coaches will have time to rally. And the good news is they're playing in a tournament. Great teams like Long Beach State are here, and this is better than a long bus ride back. Looking forward to a practice. At least you get to play some more rugby.
Yeah, you get to get out some of that frustration in the next games. But
for sure.
For our producer today, William Powell, our cameraman Josh Luna, John Villi, Delbert Arnold. I'm Aaron Rivera. Thank you folks for joining us. We'll bring some more action from the High Desert Classic in just a moment. Stick around.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks.